no one will sit there because they'll see the board. But even here, you don't want people sitting down. Yeah, so maybe just put there. Because you don't want to pick up the conversation. If anyone does sit down. Testing. Landon Stadium is the scene for this round 4 NPL Men's New South Wales match of the round, and it features the newly promoted Hills United, and they're hosting the Sydney FC Academy. Game we're really looking forward to. Sydney FC have made 6 changes to their starting lineup. That suffered. Good stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Landon Stadium for this round 4 National Premier League New South Wales men's clash between your Hills United FC and our visitors this evening from Sydney FC. Hills United would like to thank the following major sponsors of Hills United FC: Snooze Castle Hill, Phoenix Building Approvals, IC Homes, AAA Tyre Factory and Ivory's Special Coatings. Play will get underway in about 5 minutes, but here is your lineup for this evening. Starting with the home side, our Hills United. In goals, number 1, Ryan Wood. Number 2, Rainer Smale. Number 4, Brian Jamba. Number 5, Daniel Petkowski. Number 6, Isaac Hobart. Number 9, Hugh Apruvo. Number 13, Cameron Filth. Number 17, Caleb Jackson Brown. Number 19, annual skipper Glenn Kelshaw. Number 20, Thomas Lopez. And number 26, Thomas Mako. On the bench for Hills United, number 7, Wade Giovanali. Number 8, Owen Montford. Number 11, Anthony Frangi. Number 24, Sunday Yonder. Number 27, Nikolai Muller. And number 31, William Lucas. For our visitors tonight, they start as this. Number 20, in goals, Adam Pavlicic. Number 3, Tyler Williams. Number 5, Melly Matthew Nkomo. Number 6, Dylan Rose. Number 9, Bailey Callahan. Number 11, Marin France. Number 14, Jared Middleton. Number 18, Matthew Scarcella. Number 19, Mitchell Glasson. Number 21, Zachary Jehujas. And number 28, Nathan Amanatides. On the bench for Sydney FC tonight, number 2, Noah Mackey. Number 4, Joseph Kalyasic. Number 8, Lachlan Middleton. Number 10, Tiago Quintal. Number 13, Jacob Bassetti. And number 40 is Alexander Zavanidos. Welcome to Landon Stadium for round 4 NPL Men's New South Wales Match of the Round. We're coming to you from the home of the newly promoted Hills United, and they're taking on Sydney FC. Hills United and Sydney FC.
It is a much anticipated match. The first time we showcase newly promoted Hills United after topping Football New South Wales League 1 last year. They're here to try and make an impression and make themselves feel right at home in the New South Wales top flight. And today they take on the talented Sydney FC Academy squad coached by Jim Van Vieren. This one promises to be a terrific contest. Hills United, after making a wonderful start in the opening round, a victory over one of the big guns in Sydney Olympic. They've suffered 2 losses on the spin. On the weekend, they suffered a 5-3 loss to the Central Coast Mariners Academy. They've lost back-to-back against A-League Academy sides, so they'll be looking to make amends today against the Sydney side that welcome back 5 players from their A-League squad. So it's a strong lineup set up by Jim Van Vieren. We will go through it. 6 changes in total. In goals, one of those coming in is Adam Pavlicic. The back 4, Zach DeJesus, Tyler Williams, Jared Middleton and Richie Nkomo. Holding midfielders Captain Dylan Rose along with Matt Scarcella. In the wide attacking areas, Nathan Amanatidis and Marin France. And Mitch Glasson comes into the starting 11 to partner Bailey Callahan in the front 2. That's the Sydney FC lineup. As for the home side, Hills United, they make 3 changes from that side that suffered the 5-3 loss to the Mariners on the weekend. Coming in, Arena Schmale, Thomas Lopez and Cam Phil. The full lineup named by Luke Cassidy, Ryan Wood in goals. The back 4, the captain, Glenn Kelshaw, Raina Schmale, Daniel Pekowski and Isaac Hovar. The holding midfielders are Brian Jamba and Thomas Macca. In the number 10 role, one of their new signings this season in Caleb Jackson Brown. And it's the front 3 on the flanks. Yu Akubu, their top scorer with 4. And Cam Phillip. And leading the line in the number 9 role, one of the 3 players coming into the starting 11 today is Thomas Lopez. They're our starting 11s. Our referee in Steve Lucas with his assistant in Matthew Harris, Arinath Gobinath, and the 4th official in Nicholas Kaur. What a big occasion it is for Hills United, looking to get back to winning ways after that first round victory over Sydney Olympic. Those 2 losses on the spin now to the Western Sydney Wanderers, as well as the Mariners on the weekend. They'll be looking to address things here. So Luke Cassidy, he has made those 3 changes, as I said. Raina Schmale into the centre of defence alongside Daniel Pekowski. A couple of big returns on the bench for them as well. Nikolai Muller and also Wade Giovanali. We'll go through those respective benches, but it will be the away side, Sydney FC. They come into this in 6th spot on 4 points, and they're running from right to left in their traditional sky blue tops, navy blue shorts. Battle in the midfield here. Getting across there is Zach DeJesus. Happy to go back to Adam Pavlicic. Said one of 6 changes for the Sky Blues. They welcome back a number of players who were unavailable on Saturday. They suffered a 2-1 loss to St George FC in round 3 of the NPL Men's New South Wales. Mentioned a couple of those already. Mitch Glasson, one of those, leading the line alongside Bailey Callahan. They welcome back Matthew Scarcella into the centre of midfield. Nathan Amanatidis comes into the starting 11. Zach DeJesus at right back's another one. And the starter today in the centre of defence alongside Tyler Williams is Jared Middleton. He was on the bench last week in that loss to St George FC. Thanks for your company. Tony Tanous with you here at Landon Stadium. Match of the round action. Round 4 of the NPL Men's New South Wales. Hills United. Playing their second game here at home. Has been their home over the past decade. And they're on the counter-attack here. Got a chance to spread it out to their leading scorer in Yu Okubo. What a start to the season from the Japanese international. Here's Glenn Kelshaw looking to stand this one over the top. Lopez moving it around in the front third. It's good play from Hills. They're on the front foot early on. Caleb Jackson Brown got himself forward out of midfield. Thomas Mako doing well there to try and provide the cross from the right-hand side. Lopez was one of the targets in the middle. Keep an eye out for Thomas Mako, the central midfielder. Player has certainly made an impression in the second tier of New South Wales football over the last couple of seasons. Good early foray forward from him. It's been a difficult start. Life in the top flight. Sense of feeling like you belong. It's always the challenge in the early rounds to try and pick up some points. Performances have certainly been there for Hills United. They got that great victory in the opening round with 10 men after Nikolai Muller was red carded on 35 minutes against Olympic, playing out the majority of that match. One player less. Gave them a real boost to start life in the top flight. They're looking for where their next points will come from. Here's Sydney coming forward now. Is the youngster in Tyler Williams. Starting to settle into things in the centre of defence. After getting the opportunity to step up this season. Here's Marin France, who's another one who stepped up out of the Sydney FC under-18s into the academy first team. Some impressive early performances from the pacey flanker. Nice little touch there into the feet of Jackson Brown. Lopez was the player combining. Look for the partnership there, the two youngsters, Lopez leading the line in the number 20 jersey, plays in the number 9 role. And behind him, Caleb Jackson Brown, wearing the number 17. Middleton finds Rose. He's got the captain's armband. Youngster, but a real leader already. Playing alongside Matthew Scarcella. Part of that two-man holding midfielders system that Sydney FC love to play right through from the first team in the A-League, that 4-2-2-2 formation. Dylan Rose, he's certainly one to keep an eye out on. Some impressive performances already. Younger brother, a player you'll be familiar with for those of you who followed the National Premier League New South Wales over the years. Liam Rose, former Central Coast Mariners, Sydney United player. A terrific season at Sydney United a few years ago. It earned him the opportunity to step up to the Macarthur Bulls. It's great to catch up with Liam during the week. He's now applying his trade over in America in the second tier, USL 1, with El Paso Locomotive. Dylan, the younger brother, much the same mould. Talented ball-playing central midfielder. He's Sydney now through Marin France. Nice feet from him to skip past Kelshaw. Can he get the cross in? Looks for Glasson. Glasson looks to tee it up. Important piece of defending there. Isaac Horvath doing well, the left back. One of their new signings. He's come across from the Bulls Academy. Here's Jamba. Getting it forward out to that left-hand side. Cam Philp looks to link it up now with Lopez. Good feet initially, but Sydney swarmed back in transition. All the way back to the keeper in Pavlicic. Bukowski, who had so much experience and steel in the centre of that Heels defence. New partner today, Raina Schmale. Owen Montford, one of the substitutes. Mako's happy to go back here. Jamba now does well to initially shake off that challenge from Rose. Bukowski, of course, himself a former Sydney FC Academy player. Might have even been one of the original. Graduates from that academy. So the ball goes over the top. Mako looking for the run there of Caleb Jackson-Brown. He's made the move from Blacktown City, so he'll be familiar with these parts, relishing the opportunity to get plenty of game time. He's on the fringes at Blacktown, couldn't quite crack it into a first-team regular. He's getting plenty of game time, getting the opportunity under Luke Casserly, one of a number of new signings. We've got a couple on the bench as well. A couple of attacking options to come later on. Anthony Frangier got himself on the score sheet in that 5-3 loss to the Mariners. That got the opening goal of the match. Set up by Sunday Yona. There are a couple of new additions to the squad for Luke Casserly. They make up part of the bench today, along with Wade Giovanali, who returns from futsal Roo duties. We've also got, as I mentioned earlier, Nikolai Muller back from suspension. Owen Montford, central defender, the experienced central defender, who's approaching 10 years here at the club. The reserve keeper for Luke Casserly is William Lucas. Sydney FC's bench, one of the players that started in that 2-1 loss to St George FC on the weekend. Pressure here on Ryan Wood. Jamba. Heels give it up in the midfield. Good work from Scarcella just to turn and get it out to De Jesus. Movement comes in the front third. Heels just trying to hold it up. Shared between the central defenders. Now it's Williams. Good defending there from Isaac Hover. He goes long. That was good keeping. Pavlicic outplaying the sweeper keeper. Nice little idea there from France, but read well by Schmale. Good battle this one. Richie Nkomo, the left back against Kobo, who we've been used to seeing leading the line in that number 9 role. Well, he's playing over on the right-hand side today in the 7 role. His battle against Richie Nkomo is certainly one to watch. Nice ball here from Williams. Smacko working back into the midfield, giving away that free kick. Quickly taken. Amanatidis, who likes to drop into the pocket between the lines. Keep an eye out on him. New signing from Adelaide United. Youngster who made such an impression for the national team, the Joeys, over in Asia. Speaking of the Joeys, great to see the coach, Brad Bugsy Maloney, out here today. Keeping an eye on some of the youngsters, maybe for the next batch. With an eye towards the upcoming tournaments and preparations through Asia. Here's Jamba, does well. Trying to keep the pressure on was Callahan. Schmale into the feet there of Akobo. He might get another opportunity. France looks to get it forward for Sydney, and he's earned the free kick. Stephen Lucas looked to see if there was any advantage. None forthcoming for Sydney. Bill's disappointed with the way they conceded 3 set-piece goals on the weekend. Luke Cassidy speaking to him ahead of the match, emphasising the importance of being ruthless in both boxes, defensively, not giving up those errors, making sure that they're switched on at this next level. He said, no doubt, it's been a big step up. It's probably come a little bit earlier than Hills might have expected. But they're certainly keen to make an impression. All about trying to survive the first year, stay up just as St George City FA and Spirit FC did last season. Being competitive, they felt that they could have easily, with a bit of luck, come away with more points than they've got so far. They had the lead twice against the Mariners on the weekend. They had a late opportunity a fortnight ago to find an equaliser as Jamba gets forward here. Akobo, he finds Jackson Brown, and a great early opportunity there. Excellent play down the left. It was Brian Jamba bombing forward out of midfield. He found Akubu on the back post. He's lovely cushioned header into the path of the run from Jackson Brown. Couldn't quite get his shot into the back of the net. Good defending in the end. Sydney FC getting back. Earned Hills an early set piece. They've got a corner. They do have some tall timber, particularly with Schmale coming into the starting 11. This one goes towards the back post. It's over everybody. Such a big turnover of players. Those new signings I mentioned, Akubo, Frangi, Pekovsky, Yona, Jackson Brown, and the player who just took that corner in Isaac Kovar came in quite late. Something they'll continue to work on throughout the season.
Premier League New South Wales men. Almost half time at Manly nil, Blacktown City nil. Almost half time, Sydney Olympic 1, Marconi 1. Half time, Rockdale 1, St George Saints nil.
That they did concede from a
half time,
set-piece corner
Sutherland Sharks nil, Wollongong Bulls 2.
for the opening goal for Central Coast Mariners, and then
19
they
minutes
conceded
gone, St George City
penalty
nil,
as well.
Upper nil.
Free kick. The referee's just going to have a chat here, give a warning to the midfielder, the captain in Dylan Rose. Experienced A-League official Stephen Lucas. We saw him officiate the match of the round on the weekend, made some terrific calls, kept the cards in his pocket early. Even there, a warning to Dylan Rose. As Kelshaw gets forward. Terrific opportunity it is to find the delivery. The man they call Killer. Stalwart he's been for the club. Now in his 13th year here at Hills United is Glenn Kelshaw. Last decade with the first team. His first team debut at the age of 19. He's got an important job alongside Schmale. He got to that first. Going to recover here, Hills. Callahan turns on that. He couldn't quite get the power or direction he would have liked. Good work from the front man though. Pick up that loose ball. Here's Wood, last year's top goalkeeper in the Football New South Wales League One competition. Good ball out to that left-hand side. Cam Phillip, who offers so much energy. Cam Phillip, sorry. Offering plenty of energy down that left-hand side. He's one of the three that comes back into the starting 11 today. Now it's Horvath. Clever turn there. Scarcella using the space that was behind him. Letting the ball run. Building up a portfolio of work for the A-League first team. Matthew Scarcella. Not the only one in the starting 11 today. Except Jesus, who was just on the ball there, another of those. Here's Marin France. Young Sydney FC side got serious ambitions around season 2024. With finals back, they'll be hoping to be among those teams vying for a spot in the top 6. Last year was the first past the post situation. Sydney shown in the couple of seasons prior to that they're a team that plenty of ambition. Back here through Pekovsky. All the way through to his opposite number, Ryan Wood through to Pavlicic. Jared Middleton getting the start today. His brother Lachlan Middleton, or twin Lockie Middleton, started on the weekend in the centre of midfield against St George FC. He's one of the substitutes today. We'll go through those Sydney FC substitutes. The reserve keeper is Alex Zavardinos, who was one of the starters against St George on Saturday. We've also got Noah Matthew, Joseph Kalisic, Lockie Middleton, Tiago Quintal and Jacob Brazet make up Sydney FC substitutes for Jim Van Vieren this evening. Lovely idea there from Lopez after the feed from Mako. Two Thomases combining, you saw the idea. Caleb Brand was trying to get forward beyond the run of, made the run beyond Lopez. Chance here for Sydney in counter-attack. It is a foul. Here's Middleton. Now to Jesus. Like his brother, a left footer. It's a nice option to have at left centre back as Sydney try one from long distance. Matides popping up on the left hand side. Bit of space here for Rainer Schmale. Hugo dropping off to help set up the play. To go back all the way to his keeper. It's been a terrific pickup for Luke Casserly, proving his goal-scoring threat. He's also had a number of other chances. Nice idea there. Lopez, player familiar to those of you who followed the under-20 scene over the last few years. Former Western Sydney Wanderers Academy players, finished top scorer in the under-20s. Second tier of New South Wales football. Coming across to Hills this season. Back from Petkowski to Wood. Glasson does the pressing. Excellent skill from Schmale. Jackson Brown with a good first touch. Referee's going to blow the whistle for that challenge by Nkomo on a Kubo. Thanks for your company. We're live and exclusive on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Tony Tanous with you here, live from Landon Stadium as Horvath gets forward down the left. No score yet between Hills United and Sydney FC. Round 4 match of the round. Pick up in the midfield. Now Mako. Kelshaw looks over the top. Kubo up against Nkomo. Does well. He thought he did well to keep it in, but the assistant on the near side, Larry Gobernath, is right on the spot. On crossing the byline. Mr. Jesus comes forward. He's got Amanatides ahead of him. Bit stop-start in the midfield at the moment. A few fouls being given away. Neither side prepared to give the other space in the middle of the park.
Hills United would like to thank their major partners and sponsors. Ivory's Special Coatings, AAA Tyre Factory, IC Homes, Phoenix Building Approvals, and Snooze Castle Hill.
Scarcella. By Kelshaw has had a really good start to the match. It's delightful technique here from Thomas Mako. Nice little V in the centre of midfield to open up the space. Player who does have a reputation for having a strong technical foundation. Well read there by Petkowski. Covering the run of Callaghan. See Daniel Petkowski back in the New South Wales top flight. The service over the years to Rockdale, Illingdon. He's made the move over to Hills. Now Horvath feeds the run of Jackson Brown. Jackson Brown trying to combine with his midfield partner. Now it's a Kubo. And it wasn't far away. Terrific little build-up from Hills United. Involving Caleb Jackson Brown. In the end, it was their top scorer, Kubo, who couldn't quite get it on target. But a nice little sider. Positive signs for Hills. They've had a good opening 25 minutes. The goals conceded have been an issue for them. They've scored 6. Their tally of 8 against. It's probably not what they've hoped for in the opening 3 rounds. In fact, only Sydney United 58, the worst record ahead of this round, 9 goals conceded. So it's an area Luke Cassidy and his team will want to address. Here's Zach De Jesus, who's defending down that left-hand side. Mako under pressure. Does well, gets body between opponent and ball, wins a free kick. Sydney FC, on the other hand, they've only managed to score 3 in the opening 3 games, but got a terrific defensive record heading into the round, equal best with Spirit FC. Only conceded 2 goals in their opening 3 rounds. Tight affair so far. Hills probably have had the better of it as far as getting into the opponent's 18-yard box, but Sydney have an opportunity here, and it's a great opportunity. Manatidis ducking in from that right-hand side, as he loves to do. Starts nominally out on the right side of the four-man midfield, but you see him dropping in behind the front two. He wasn't too far away from giving Sydney the opener. First of our 2 midweek rounds this season. Already had one game take place last night down the road. Christie Park, Spirit FC, hosting Sydney United 58. Game finishing 1 goal apiece. Spirit making a good comeback in the second half after Sydney United 58 dominated the opening period. Got their opening goal through Shunta Nakamura. Corey Kavanagh equalising in the second half. Sharing the spoils there as Silva looks to slide this one in behind. The target was Kubo. 6 games taking place tonight. Big blockbuster smorgasbord of football on a Wednesday night. Got your choice across Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Great to have your company. Williams dances forward, takes the space in the midfield. Lovely ball out to the left-hand side. Jesus getting forward. Now the link-up play comes. Sydney looked to get in behind, great chance, and it was a terrific save. Ryan Wood got down sharply. Sydney starting to really build into this. That's a nice little build-up down the right-hand side. Getting across there. Excellent defending from Tyler Williams. Cam Philp looked to go quickly in counter-attack for Hills. What a sharp save from last year's top custodian in the New South Wales second tier, Ryan Wood. To make a real impression in the top flight. Excellent goalkeeper. Better signs for Sydney FC in the last 5 minutes or so. A couple of good chances. Here's Macca, over the top it goes. Kubo looking to shake off Nkomo, but getting across to support was Middleton. Now Nkomo. France looks to engage Kelshaw. Now he looks to turn. Does well to win the throw. Off Kelshaw, according to the assistant referee. To have some goals around the ground to keep you posted on progress. Half time, Manly United 0-0 against Blacktown City. Rockdale, Illingdon there at home. Again, St George, they're 1-0 up. For the second half there. Sydney get forward again down the right-hand side. Manatidis involved in the build-up again. His combination with De Jesus is looking promising. Mako does well to find space and get out of that congested midfield. Nice ball forward. Heavy touch though from Jackson Brown. He got away with that. Almost invited the Sydney midfield into that. Wins a free kick. Elsewhere, Southern Derby, Sutherland Shire hosting the Wollongong Wolves currently. Early in the second half, the Wolves are up 2-0. Big match over at Belmore, Sydney Olympic, after their massive 6-0 win on the weekend in our match of the round against Sydney United 58. They're hosting Marconi, another of their fierce rivals. Score currently 1-1 between those two heavyweights, those two historic giants. Good work here. Sydney able to find Glasson. They link it up again with Glasson making the run forward. Scarcella couldn't quite link it up in that final third. Schmale, who's had a good start to the match, reading that one well. In his opportunity, the centre of defence today, Rainer Schmale, keen to make an impression, put his end up to be a regular alongside Bukowski. Ball comes forward here to Lopez. Leaves a bit of it for Tyler Williams. He's right on his heel. Now in Como. Promising signs in the last 5 or so minutes. Sydney FC starting to get a bit of space in that opposition front third. Good defending that battle between Horvath and Manatides is certainly one to watch. Two players. Head to head on that far side. Horvath building his fitness up. He had a bit of an injury in the pre-season, came in late to Hills. Hasn't quite been able to clock the 90 minutes. That was a nice ball inside. Callahan was the target. He got the header on, but he couldn't get it on target. Just going across to have a chat to Nathan Amanatides. Might have come on without the permission.
Live from around the grounds. 49 minutes gone, Manly United 0, Blacktown City 0. 50 minutes gone, Sydney Olympic 1, Marconi 1. 53 minutes gone, Rockdale 11 2, St George FC 0. 55 minutes gone, Sutherland 0, Wollongong Wolves 2. 38 minutes gone, St George City 0, up you like that 0.
Looks like he might be clearing a bit of blood off the leg. So he's just making him go across, get some water onto it. It's been a bit sport so far, match of the round. Big score lines so far, nothing in the opening 35 minutes, but Sydney FC looking to build here through Marin France, working back, no foul according to the referee. Nice idea here, Lopez trying to feed the run of Jackson Brown, who's been everywhere in the opening 35 minutes of this match. He does have a big engine, Caleb Jackson Brown. Over with the Manatides now. Looks to take on Horvath, who does pull him from behind. Work from the assistant referee on the far side supporting Stephen Lucas. Matthew Harris get his flag up straight away. Manatides might have had the better of Horvath there. Perhaps lucky to only get away with a free kick. Set Middleton forward. Callahan's also in there. Edge of the box is Rose. Glasson attacks the near post. As far as Scarcella. Gets a chance to keep it alive for Sydney. Gives it away though. Jamba. Can he trigger a counter attack? Looks for the give and go here with Cam Phil. Good run forward. Turns it inside. No one there and able to deal with that was Jared Middleton. Nice chest. Good presentation from the front man in Bailey Callahan. He makes the run after dropping it into the midfield. Tries to put the pressure on Pekowski. Here's Middleton. Out now to France. Leaves it for Amanatides. He drives forward into the left foot. He goes. Decent delivery. Bukowski dealt with it. Good use of the body. Jackson Brown. Scarcella was in sharply. Take from Dylan Rose. Skipper comes back out to this left-hand side. Bit of space here for Tyler Williams. He's shown a willingness to carry it forward. Cultured ball playing central defender. Nice feed in behind to Jesus. The opportunity to whip the cross in. Took a deflection. Comfortable enough for Ryan Wood. Positive signs again for Sydney. Able to get to Jesus into a high area. That penetrating ball. In behind. Schmale across to Bukowski. Game being played out at Penshurst Park, currently 0-0. It remains between St George City FA and Apia Leichhardt. Posted on progress scores. We have had goals at the Rockdale Illingdon Sports Centre. Another one to the home side. So Rockdale Illingdon leading St George FC, the newly promoted side, along with Hills United. Oh, that's a delightful ball out to this side, and the flag has gone up against Kelshaw. Cam Philp dropping into that midfield, and he turned on that. A high line, a penetrating ball in behind, but Kelshaw was adjudged to have been an inch or two offside. Good signs for Luke Cassily's men, approaching the last 5 minutes of the first half. We've also had a goal over at Seymour Shaw. Sutherland, the home side, under pressure. They've got a big deficit to chase. Wollongong are now leading by 3-0. Kearney's side have had a great start to the season. Into the final half hour there. Posted on scores around the grounds. We look to wrap up round 4. We do have a fixture to come later in the month to make up the round. Central Coast Mariners and the Western Sydney Wanderers, 2 academy sides. They'll meet later in March to round out round 4. 6 games to keep you entertained on this Wednesday evening as Hills build it up again. And it's a terrific strike! It's the opening goal! Cam Philp with the strike from long range, and he gets a pass out in Pavlicic to give Hills United the lead in the final 5 minutes of the opening half. It's a goal they'll feel they've deserved. They've been terrific for much of this first half, but it's probably gone against the run of play in the last 10 or 15 minutes. Sydney FC was starting to get on top, and Hills United have gone down the other end. Cam Philp has got his opener of the campaign. Comes into the starting 11 today, and he replays the faith that Luke Cassily's shown in him. Having gone ahead, I'm sure the message will be concentration. It has been one of the key talking points for the home side in Hills United. Twice they had the lead against the Central Coast Mariners on the weekend. And then the Mariners went on a run in the second half, preying on every little error. Having taken the lead here, I want to get to half time. With the advantage as Bukowski looks over the top. Again, it's Down that left-hand side, this time Horvar making the run forward. Mr. Jesus having to do the defending. Excellent work, a nice ball over the top from Pekowski. Horvar, the ever-willing runner. He's going to be a real good acquisition for Hills United this season. As he builds his fitness. They're looking quite lively down that left-hand side. It's the source of the only goal so far. Putting the pressure on again. It's a wonderful strike! It's a terrific goal! Hills United double their lead. And that was thumped home. A couple of goals in a couple of minutes. And it looks like it might have been Caleb Jackson-Brown. A terrific strike from him, just inside the 18-yard box. Hills United having taken the lead, they've doubled it now. What an end to the half. Just as Sydney FC felt they were starting to get on top. Hills have opened this right up. There's Jamba, the experienced central midfielder, doing the defending. Clearance coming from Caleb Jackson-Brown. Sydney hit back before the half-time break. And Schmale is in no mood to give anything away. He's been terrific so far in the opening half. In the space of 3 minutes has opened this right up for Hills United. Luke Cassily's men will know that they need to keep this buffer going into the half-time break. They can't give anything up before the half-time whistle. Jesus looking to find a Manatides. Again, it's that left-hand side. Cam Philp proving quite the threat. Good work from Thomas Macca. Holding up the play in the middle of the park. This is a real contest, and Jamba comes away with it for the Hills. Good play this, Phil. Happy to go back to Ryan Wood. Settle the play. Set things up defensively. We are into stoppage time here in the opening half. And that is the final action. It all came to a head in the last 5 minutes with the Hills getting 2 goals.
At Stadium, half-time score, Hills United 2, Sydney FC 0.
Terrific work from Hills in that last 5 minutes. They felt that they were the dominant team in the opening 15 or 20 minutes. Sydney worked their way back in, but Hills were able to get 2 goals in 3 minutes, and they take a 2-0 lead into the break in this round 4 NPL Men's New South Wales match of the round. We are going to have a break and be back with all the second half action. Make sure you stick around on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome both teams back to the second half. Hills United leading by 2-0 over Sydney FC.
And it is a welcome back to Landon Stadium, this round 4 NPL Men's New South Wales match of the round. What a terrific finish to the half it was for the home side. Hills United, who got 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes. Goal scorers for them. Campfield from outside the box, and then a thunderbolt. Caleb Jackson-Brown from just inside the box, giving them a 2-0 lead heading into this second half. We'll keep an eye on Sydney FC, see if there has been any changes, but right now, it's a penalty! The referee has pointed to the spot with Thomas Lopez bursting through the centre of Sydney FC's defence, and he was adjudged to have been brought down. And it's an opportunity for Hills here to extend their lead in the opening minute of the second half. An excellent run forward from the striker. And he's the man who's picked up the ball. Looking to score his first goal for his new club. Keeper Adam Pavlicic taking his time, making the youngster think about it. Thomas Lopez, who's got a reputation for finding the back of the net, coming through the under-20 system across the NPL scene. He's won the penalty here for Hills, and he steps up and he tucks it home, and Hills go 3-0 up. Thomas Lopez scores his first of the campaign, his first for his new club. Hills look well on their way to sealing the 3 points. Still only early in the second half, but they've built on their first half lead. They burst out of the gates at the start of the second half. This is excellent. The home side, home fans, delighted with what they're seeing here on this Wednesday afternoon. A tight affair in the opening 40 minutes. You have to say it's pretty even. Sydney FC will feel they were getting on top. Looks like they have made a couple of changes at least at the half-time break. Noah Matthews, one of those that has come on in the right back role for Zach De Jesus.
Goal struck for Hills United by number 20, Thomas Lopez.
Looks like Lachlan Middleton, Jared's twin brother, has also come on in the centre of midfield. He's come on for Dylan Rose. Sharing the goals around are Hills United, their top scorer, this man, Yu Akubo. Came into the round with 4 of their 6 goals. They've managed to find 3 different goal scorers so far. That'll please Luke Casserly and his coaching staff, no doubt. Spreading the goals around. Got a 3-0 lead as Tyler Williams looks to go down the middle. Dealt with by Petkovsky. This is excellent technical work again. Thomas Mako, faced by 3 Sydney FC opponents. He's going to get another chance to come out, and he wins the free kick. Taking a look across the Sydney FC formation, the changes that Jim Van Vieren has made at half-time. He's moved Marin France over to the right-hand side, Mitchell Glasson over to the left-hand side, and Nathan Amanatidis has gone into the number 9 role, the twin number 9 role alongside Bailey Callahan. And those 2 changes, as I mentioned, Lockie Middleton and Noah Matty. Here they are, both of them, the 2 fresh players combining for that challenge. Now they look to combine and bring it out for Sydney. They've got to try and hit back quickly. Here's Nkomo. Got Glasson over on that left-hand side. Scarcella alongside Lockie Middleton now in the centre of midfield. Strong work. Again from the central defender. Raina Smale. Doing ever so well, those two central defenders. So much experience. Made it very difficult for Callaghan and Glasson in the first half. Did Pekowski and Smale. Excellent turn. Speaking of experience and quality, that was excellent from Brian Jamba. Forward from Smale. Nice first touch. Excellent work down that right-hand side. Here's Killer Kelshaw. Plays square to the second Heels goal scorer in Jackson Brown. Under pressure there. Horvath turns it over. Now he has to get back in transition. Encouraging run down this right-hand side. He looks like a live wire, does Marin France. As I said, getting the opportunity to step up from the Sydney FC under-18 squad into the first team. Horvath's just stayed down. Not sure if it's an equipment malfunction. Looks like he's just getting the boots back on. Here's Jared Middleton. Out to Nkomo. In it comes. From one left back to the other. Horvath with the header. Posted on the progress of the other 5 games taking place across the NPL Men's New South Wales round 4 scene. Good work here from Marin France, and it's a knockdown now. Middleton on the edge of the 18, and he can't quite hit the target. Decent effort from Lockie Middleton after some good work down the right-hand side from France. Van Vieren's made that adjustment at the break. Players just keep moving around now. Amanatidi's out on the left. Glasson's back into the twin 9 rolls. For the final 10 minutes over at Cromer Park, Manly, Blacktown City. Remember, that was the grand final a couple of seasons ago. Currently locked at 0-0. We are into the final 10 minutes there. We'll keep you posted on progress. Rockdale look like they're going to pick up another 3 points. They've got a 3-0 lead over newly promoted St George in that derby. Both those sides use Rockdale Littleton Sports Centre as their home base. Speaking of 3-0, Wollongong continue to lead Sutherland Sharks. I believe there might be a double to Sebastian Hernandez and their new signings. Takumi Fuka, the other goal scorer. Also into the final 10 minutes over at Belmore, an Olympic after their victory against Sydney United 58 on the weekend. They're currently trailing Marconi Stallions, who have a 2-1 lead. Marco Jesic has given the Stallions the lead, like Rockdale. They're right at the top of the ladder at the moment. Scarcella. Williams dances forward again. Nice ball to Nkomo, who's inverting like the traditional fullbacks that such a modern way to play now. Those fullbacks dropping into the centre of midfield to add that extra number. Como showing that perfectly there. Here he is, having to do some more traditional work as a defender now. He's got two opponents directly at him with Jamba getting forward. Switch of play comes. Flag has gone up on this near side. The youngster who opened is scoring, 20-year-old. Can play in multiple positions for Luke Casserly, but he provides plenty of speed and energy, and we've seen that he can hit a ball from outside the box as well. He's had a terrific match so far. That opening goal really opening things up for Hills. They haven't looked back since. Got to make sure though that they don't give away anything early in this second half. Let Sydney FC back into the match. Here's Scarcella, quickly pressed. Now Lockie Middleton. Out through Noah Matthew. Nice first touch from Scarcella. Trying to round Caleb Jackson-Brown. He's stuck to his defensive task. He's full of energy, full of beans in the centre of midfield. A real live wire with his pressing game. Dynamic, explosive style in the centre of midfield. It's a great ball over the top. Sydney have already been caught out. That was something Jim Van Vieren highlighted ahead of the match, that they were caught out by a couple of direct deliveries from St George on the weekend. They'll be disappointed to have conceded that goal early in the second half or given away the penalty through a direct early ball. Something the young players will need to be aware of as Tyler Williams comes forward. Was he tripped up? An excellent run from the centre of defence there. Kept running and running. The ball at his feet, and he's on a free kick right on the edge of the box. One that favours the left footer perhaps. Indeed, they do have Richie and Como coming across, interested in taking this. Like we are going to see a change for Sydney FC. In fact, a couple of changes for them. Coming on is their top scorer, Tiago Quintal. Also, it looks like Jacob Brissett is another of their players introduced. I mentioned that it does favour a left footer, this appealing free kick. Como was over it, but Tiago Quintal, the top scorer, he's also a left footer. We've seen him already take a couple of direct free kicks this season. Get him on target. This time he gets a deflection. And is it going to go all the way in? It's cleared off the line. Excellent work. It was Thomas Mako there, working all the way back from midfield. The deflection was wicked. It looked like it was goal bound. And Thomas Mako coming to the rescue to keep it at 3-0. This is good from Middleton. Out to Quintal. On the right foot he goes. We've seen him already hit the back of the net with a right footer against Manly this season in round 2. That time couldn't quite get the purchase he would have liked. They're already looking to make an impact off the bench. They've made those 2 changes with Quintal on for Callaghan, it looks like. Now it's a chance to counter-attack. Jamba looks to link it up with Cam Phil. Perhaps not the speed, the central midfielder, especially with Mitchell Glasson shadowing him all the way, the speed of the youngster. Here's Middleton. Out through Matthew. Manatiti's the other player making way for Brissett. Como makes the run forward. That's where Sydney go. Can he create something here, the left back? Shadowed all the way by the Japanese import, Yu Okubo. Okubo's done a really good job defensively on Como. That was something, as far as the game plan was concerned, for Luke Casserly. He knows the energy that Sydney FC bring on the flanks. See the type of player that he has put out on the 7 and 11 role. Cam Philp with his energy. Kubu is so responsible with his defensive work.
St George Sydney 1, RPL Leichhardt 0, and Marconi 2 lead Sydney Olympic 1.
Over the top it goes. Glasson's a target. Smale does well just to shadow him all the way. Leave it for Wood to come off his line. We're just past the hour mark here. Thanks for your company on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Tony Tanous with you. Live and exclusive as we are all season, 240 regular season games. Hashtag NPL NSW. Let us know your thoughts. The action that's taken place around the ground so far. Got full time at Seymour Shaw, and it's finished 4-0 to the Wollongong Wolves. A massive victory for David Carney's side. Sydney getting behind here. That's a terrific finish. A wonderful bit of work. Was the Manatidis in the end. He kept his calm inside the 18-yard box, scores his first of the campaign. And is it a lifeline for Sydney FC? 62 minutes in, and trailed by 3-1.
So, Sydney FC for the number 19, Mitchell Glasson. Score now, Hills United 3, Sydney FC 1.
Like Hills may be going to their bench now. Well, there's certainly some work going on tactically just to give Yu Okubo a couple of instructions. But Anthony Frangi's one of those that comes on, and the other looks like the experienced Nikolai Muller. So there might be a bit of an adjustment here. Also Sunday Yona, so 3 changes. 3 attacking players, Sunday Yona, Anthony Frangi, and Nikolai Muller.
Transfer for Sydney FC, number 28, Nathan Amanatidis.
Just confirming that it was Amanatidis who did hit the back of the net. That excellent piece of work inside the box. Out on that left-hand side. So Cam Philp, one of those that's made way. Thomas Lopez, another of the players that has come off. And the other one is Thomas Mako. They're the 3 players that have come off for Hills United. So Nikolai Muller will play in the centre of midfield. Here he is, just trying to hold up the play. Such an experienced player, of course, the German international, who spent plenty of time in the A-League at the Western Sydney Wanderers, Central Coast Mariners.
Substitutions for Hills United coming off. Number 13, Cameron Philp. Number 20, Thomas Lopez. Number 26, Thomas Mako. Being replaced by number 11, Anthony Frangi. Number 24, Sunday Yonda. And number 27, Nikolai Muller.
Sydney have worked their way back in. 3-1 the score. Tyler Williams. Quintal with the flick out to Matthew. Now Jared Middleton. He's got Brissett and Tiago Quintal here, and it does go all the way out to the number 10 in Quintal. He can dance into the box. Tries to use the outside of the left foot. Can't get it beyond Ryan Wood. Nice feed from the centre of defence. It was Middleton. He had 2 players out here It's the right option. Sydney have taken confidence from hitting the back of the net now. They come forward again. Como setting up the play. Now it's Middleton. Rosette's peeled out to this right-hand side. Suddenly that left side has really come alive. Amanatides and Como adding plenty of thrust for Sydney. Here's Scarcella just getting his foot on the ball. Now Williams looks for that straight ball over the top. Goal scorer in Amanatides, who's just popped up in the middle again. Puts the pressure on Smale. Kelshaw, he's under pressure too. Good work from Jamba, who's had a real calming influence in the centre of midfield. Referee just making sure one of these young Sydney players gets treatment, stops the play. Looks like a head injury. He's the goal scorer in Amanatides. He is back up on his feet, just being checked by the medical staff. Make sure that there's no lingering issue. Both coaches have gone to their bench. Sydney FC still have a couple of options, but they have gone with their attacking options in Quintal and Brissett. After Middleton, Matthew came on at half-time, they still have Joseph Kalasic on the bench. Cassidy's just made 3 attacking changes to freshen up things in that front third with Yona and Frangie. That means that Kubo moves into that number 9 role, which you've seen him in throughout the season. Here's Frangie. This is good skill. Player familiar to those of you who followed the NPL over the last 5 or 6 years. First onto the scene out of Hakawa. He spent time at the Marconi Stallions, last year at the Mount Druitt Town Rangers with that freakish overhead goal that he scored. As Quintal looks to switch the play. Manatides the target, he finds him. That diagonal ball. He looks to go at Kelshaw. Now it's through in Como. Can he create the opportunity? Happy to square it across through Scarcella. He gives it up, a rare loose ball from him, and suddenly Frangie can play the ball into Sunday Yona, and he can go direct at Middleton. He looks for the feed out to this left-hand side. Kubo got on the end of it, but the flag was there. Flag to deny him the offside. Feed there from Frangie out to Yona. Have a couple of other options. They've got the returning Futuru, Wade Giovanali, a central midfielder. The longer this game goes, the more the need to stiffen up things in the middle. You might see him as an option. They've also got a defensive option in Owen Montford, the experienced player. Now approaching 10 years here at Hills. Getting his opportunity in the top flight like Kelshaw for all their service. Great chance to play in the New South Wales top tier towards the end of their careers. We're not writing them off just yet, but they've been stalwarts of this club. As I said, Kelshaw earlier, 13 years, 10 in the top, in the first grade side. Montford, he's also approaching a decade at this club. They can hang on for the 3 points here. With 3 points, they will certainly relish, as in Como looks to find a teammate at the back post. Brissett Tries to get it onto the left foot. Working across was Pekovsky. So does Isaac Corver, the left back, who's just stayed down after that challenge.
United would like to thank the wonderful sponsors and partners.
Give us a chance just to go around the grounds and give you some updates, some full-time scores. I mentioned that the Wolves have knocked off Sutherland on the road, so a big win for David Carney's side. Rockdale also had a 4-0 victory, a massive win for Paul D's side. Alec Urushevsky among the goal scorers. Ditto Brendan Chalakian, Georgia Esperanza, Jason Kukovsky. Full time over at Cromer Park. Some late action there. A couple of goals in the final 10 minutes. Finished 1-1, Manly and Blacktown City. Ruben Awaratifi popping up with the injury time equaliser after a Harry McCarthy penalty. Marconi held on for a 2-1 victory in that big historic rivalry over Sydney Olympic at Belmore. So another big win for Peter Tsakenis' side. They did have Dom Costanzo sent off in the 97th minute after Marko Jesic had given him the lead on 70 minutes. So a couple of talking points out of that one. Ahead of Marconi's big game on the weekend. Another big one for them against Apia. Big historic Italian derby that'll feature on Saturday night over at the Palace. It's a good run by Quintal. Two 8 p.m. kickoffs here at Landon. It remains 3-1 to Hills over Sydney FC. Into the final 20 minutes. We're at the same junction over at Penshurst Park, where it's 1-0 St George City FA over Apia Leichhardt. Apia have had a big couple of back-to-back wins after a first-up loss to Blacktown. A couple of wins at home at Leichhardt Oval, but they're back on the road. Currently trailed by 1-0. Dominic Cox, the scorer, on 53 minutes. Keep you posted on progress there, Penshurst Park. St George City FA look to pick up another win, one of the teams that was highly spoken of in the pre-season. They've recruited ever so well, and that would be a massive scalp if they can knock off last year's premiers in Apia. Sydney on the front foot here. Smile comes out, and that was loose foot in there from Quintal. He's going to go into the book. Number 10 for Sydney FC. Left a bit there on Rainer Smile. And the referee, as he has been all night, Stephen Lucas, right on the spot. He's kept cards at a premium. It's been a game played in good spirits. Two teams that want to get it down and play the right way. If Hills can hang on here, it'll be a big 3 points for them. It'll take them up to 6. Take them above Sydney FC. We've spoken about this being all about survival season 2024. Perhaps ahead of when they were expecting to be in the top flight. This is nice. Isaac Horvath's had a terrific game down the left-hand side. Building his fitness up as we move into the end of the first month of season 2024. Rockdale and Marconi there, the wins today. Jammed lines one up from long range. Can get that on target. 3-1 it remains, but Marconi and Rockdale going to 10 points with their victories this evening. Blacktown with their late equaliser move up to 8 points. As Nkomo gets his forward. Glasson was the target, cut out at that near post. Scarcella quickly dispossessed. Kubo getting to it and playing it in behind for Sunday Yona, who can look to take on Middleton. This is a terrific battle between the two youngsters. Middleton's long legs, Yona's speed, and in the end, Middleton does the job. Yona showing plenty of speed there in counter-attack. He stayed down though in the back play. We did see him suffer a couple of injuries on the weekend away to the Mariners. And Hills have put this out. I hope it's nothing too serious. Back up on his feet now. Showed a real explosion, a real burst of speed.
Scores from around the ground. Full time. Manly United 1. Blacktown City 1. Rockdale Eldon 4. St George Saints 0. Sutherland Sharks 0. Wollongong Wolves 4.
No change to the score.
Sydney Olympic 1. Marconi Stallions 2.
Park, it remains 1-0.
76 minutes
City
in.
over.
St George City 1. Apia Leichhardt 0.
Posted on that for the remainder of this game. Hopefully we'll be able to bring you a full-time score there. Action coming thick and fast. Sydney FC will be back in action on Friday night. They're at home against the Central Coast Mariners. So a quick turnaround, perhaps one of the reasons that the squad has been really turned around. 6 changes from the team that played against St George FC on the weekend. The recovery will be crucial tomorrow. Preparations ahead of that All A-League Academy contest on Friday night. Quintal finds Matthew, who looks to stand this one up. Making the run forward again was that wide left-sided player in the Manatidis. Here's Yona. Sydney doing well defensively. Conceded a penalty in the opening minute of the second half through Thomas Lopez, which made it 3-0. Since then, they've been able to get one back through Amanatidis. Here they are, building down the left again with Pintal on the ball. Now looks for that 1-2. Tries the ball back to Middleton. Minutes of regular time remain. Hills have been able to absorb 15 minutes since the Sydney FC goal. In our NPL Women's New South Wales competition. Some terrific contests over the weekend. Round 2 coming up. Make sure you jump on the NPL New South Wales pages for all the previews and reviews, match reports. With Dominic Croniti out here chronicling this one. Make sure you check out his match report, his post-match chats with our respective coaches, his 3-2-1 vote as well. All the action on NPL New South Wales, our Facebook page, Instagram. We've got Sam Yerman out here on Instagram Live. As Hills go to their bench again. Looks like it is going to be that man I spoke about earlier, the Futsalroon, Wade Juvenali, who's missed the last couple of weeks away on national team duty in the Solomon Islands.
Substitution for Hills United.
Well, he's back on now. Come on for Ryan Jamba. Sydney have got another free kick. Amanatidis tries his luck from long range. Confidence up after hitting the back of the net. is again up against Jamba, making the run forward. In fact, it was Sunday Yona, the substitute, who came on. We saw him down injured moments ago. He hasn't been able to recover from that. So Wade Giovanali, he wears the number 7 and he's now playing in the number 7 role out on that right-hand side. Showing his versatility. Such an experienced player. Here he is out. He's got the job to stifle the forward influence of Richie and Como in a defensive sense. Now Amanatides. Getting to it and dealing with it was Pekowski. He's had a solid game alongside Rainer Schmal. Schmal in the centre of defence. Here's Scarcella. Now Quintal. Out to Brissett. Brissett looks to run at Horvath. Getting across to support him was Moller. And now Quintal. Decent effort on that left foot. Testing the keeper, making him work. We are into the final 10 minutes. Just joining us, Tony Tanous with you here live on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. It's Match of the Round. Williams quickly pressed by the fresh legs of Frangies, working hard since coming on. Put himself on the score sheet on the weekend. This is a good run down the left-hand side. And they link it up in the middle. Horvath dealing with it. And Giovanali working all the way back. Not going to be in a rush to take this throw in. In fact, it looks like we might have a player down. It might be central midfielder, Brian Jamba. The 3 players, a great story. Back in 2019, Hills United won the what was then called the NPL 2 Grand Final over the North Shore Mariners. 3 players from that North Shore Mariners side now feature in this Hills team. It's Caleb Jackson Brown. Burst forward, links it up with Giovanali down the right-hand side. Futsal Roo showing all the skills and a delightful ball into Jackson Brown. That was a nice bit of work from the number 7 in Giovanali. Now he drops in to fill up the space left by Brown, showing all his experience and maturity. Space now for Como. Jamba gets across. Good feet here from Brissett, edge of the box, and he goes over the top. Nice bit of work, great skill to get past the initial opponent. Just back to that story, back to the 2019 NPL 2 Grand Final. It was Ryan Wood,
United would like to thank their wonderful
and
sponsors and
also
supporters.
Ryan Jamba, who featured for the North Shore Mariners against Hills.
Building Approvals, IC Homes, Triple A Tyre Factory, and Ivory's Special Coatings.
Owen Montford, Wade Giovanali were all part of that Hills winning squad. 7-3 victory back in the day. Now they're all together as part of the same unit in the New South Wales top flight. Final 6 minutes of regular time here. We're in the final 5 minutes at Penshurst Park. No change to the score there. St George City FA continue to lead, courtesy of a goal from Dominic Cox over last year's premiers Apia. Be Apia's second loss. They can't pick up something late in that one. Giovanali Getting himself about in the middle of the park. Sydney do well. Middleton can't quite connect it though. Kelshaw has had a very strong night, the skipper. As part of that back four, they have conceded in the second half, but for the most part, they've really cut out the errors that haunted them in the last couple of weeks against the Western Sydney Wanderers, and particularly against the Mariners on the weekend over at Plume Park. That's a delightful ball in behind. A chance here for the Heels, and they've got Frangie! And he's wrapped up the scoring! And he's wrapped up the 3 points. Anthony Frangie's got 2 in 2 weeks. A counter-attack. And it's time for Hills United to pick up another 3 points. Life in the top flight. They're starting to enjoy it after a couple of losses on the spin. They've got one here, counter-attack, and the calmness of Anthony Frangie sealing the deal here for Hills United. They lead it by 4 goals to 1 now. Great counter-attack there. Sydney FC, who are really going forward into attack and leaving space defensively. There's been a couple of lessons for Jim Van Meeren's youngsters. Goal particularly from the penalty spot early in the second half. And the second, so soon after the first, there'll be lessons to come out of it. They've got a short turnaround. They'll be back in action in 2 days' time. Strong work here from Brissett. Horvath gives away the free kick.
Goal scored for Hills United by number 11.
4 different goal scorers that have certainly pleased Luke Cassidy. Scored 10 for the season. So certainly goal scoring hasn't been too much of an issue. Frangie's got a chance to slip it in behind here. Good work though, and Como working back. Strong challenge there, Pekovsky. That is going to be a free kick. The referee was right under the nose of that challenge. Glasson was the player fouled. Hills getting their final substitute ready. It is going to be the experienced central defender. Some insurance at the back with Owen Montford. And it's Kubo making way. He's had another great shift. No goals for him today, but certainly played his part in the front third. Whether out on the right or through the middle. And Montford goes into the centre of defence just to add another number. Time the challenge coming on Caleb Jackson-Brown, who continues to be full of running. He's been putting himself all right about in that midfield. So influential in an attacking sense, bagged the goal. Involved in 1 or 2 other important moments in attack. Montford just splitting Pekovsky and Small.
Substitution for Hills United coming off. Number 9, Yu Okubo, replaced by number 8, Owen Montford.
Montford might have some more defending to do here. He deals with it in the air. Target was Glasson. Moller. Nice feed into Frangie. Excellent take from the striker, and he's got a chance to play it out on that right-hand side. Kelshaw still full of running. Can Hills get a 5th? This will be a result that will certainly make them feel good about themselves, build some confidence. The message has certainly been about survival, but the depth of the squad is building. Fitness, they started the pre-season behind with a number of injuries. Speaking to Luke Casserly. Difficult pre-season, which saw the likes of Mako. And there's another one. Sydney FC get one back and make it 4-2. Looks like it might be Mitch Glasson. He wants to take the restart quickly. He's got himself on the score sheet. He'll be disappointed to have conceded another one. We are about to go into stoppage time. There might not be enough time for Sydney FC, depending on how much additional time there will be. If they can get another one back quick, you just never know. There might be a late grandstand finish.
Sydney FC by number 19, Mitchell Glasson. Scores Sydney United.
So Glasson adds to the goal from the Manatides. Is there time still? Here's Frangie. He thought about the effort from long range. We saw him score quite a number of those when he first entered the NPL New South Wales top flight for Hakoah. He scored bomb after bomb from long distance. It became his trademark. Then score a spectacular goal. Can Anthony Frangie. As Matthew looks to feed Glasson. Now Quintal driving into the box. Brissett adding another number. And he got his shot on target. They keep going, the young side coached by Jim Van Vieren. Showing plenty of character and plenty of fight. Managed to score 2 in the second half through Amanatides and Glasson. That'll give them something to build on ahead of the match against the Mariners on Friday night. You can catch that as you can all of our round 5 matches on Football New South Wales YouTube channel, the spot you're at right now. Spread the word. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do. Here's Sydney. Can they get another one back? Great chance here. It was a lovely ball. Tyler Williams with the ball into the middle. Glasson was the target again. He couldn't quite get his header down. How much time left in this one? They've gone into stoppages. And I will give you an update score from Penshurst Park. Continues to be 1-0 in the favour of the home side, St George City FA. And it looks like Apia may have had a player sent off as Frangie looks to turn and slip it in behind. Caleb Jackson-Brown up against Middleton. Again, that long left foot of his does the trick for Sydney. Brother Lockie trying to feed Brissett, who's been lively on the left-hand side since coming on. Jamba's been a powerhouse in the centre of midfield. Well, quickly pressed by Glasson. This is neat from Sydney. Brissett has got Quintal as one of the short options, but Kelshaw picks up the loose ball. That is the final whistle, and it's Hills United who pick up their second victory in the top flight. A 4-2 victory over Sydney FC. And the goal scorers were spread. The goal scoring was shared right across the front line with Caleb Jackson-Brown among the scorers, with Cam Philp in the first half. And in the second half, a penalty to Lopez. And the fourth was converted by Anthony Frangie. Sydney FC, they did show plenty of fight in the second half. Amanatides and Glasson getting their goals. A terrific contest, but Hills with a deserved victory. A victory that takes them up to 6 points, and they're starting to feel better about life in the top flight. It's going to be a challenging year, they feel, but 2 wins in the opening 4 rounds gives them a really good base. And Luke Casserly and his squad will be very pleased with that. Sydney, they have a quick turnaround. Friday night, they're at home to the Central Coast Mariners. And they'll look to hit back immediately.
Full-time
That is
Stadium.
the final score here. We've still got action over at Penshurst Park. It's in stoppage time. St George City FA continue to lead by 1-0 over Apia. You can flick over, catch that on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. But here, wrapping up, Tony Tanu's victory to Hills United by 4-2 over Sydney FC.